listen to the story and tell me it does not sound familiar. You worked a full day shift, your mind is loud, your body is exhausted, and you're feeling pretty moody. But you finally get to go straight home, except once you get there, you end up passing that same negative energy onto everyone else, which kills the mood. We spend most of our lives hopping from one space to another without realizing just how important this transition between those spaces really is. Depending on the look, sound, smell, and overall atmosphere contained within each of these spaces, this can completely change the way we feel when entering one, and depending on how secure and comfortable we feel inside, we may view it as a public space or a private space. In Jenny Sock's research article, Positive and Negative Spillover from Work to Home, she explains, quote, "Over the past 60 years, both the work and home domains have undergone profound changes. Balancing work and home life has become increasingly difficult for employees and private individuals. Negative work-home interference is experienced when pressures from the work and home domains are mutually incompatible." In other words, the troubles of work cannot be brought home, otherwise the stress just gets thrown onto the rest of the family. One of the best ways people make this transition easier is by visiting their third space. But what is the third space, you're wondering? In a TED Talk with performance researcher Adam Fraser, he explains that a third space doesn't have to be a new physical area. It could be your drive home, a commute, walking your dog, or working out at the gym. Quote,
He said it's just a space where you think about, how will I show up when I walk through that door? He said, because how you show up determines what sort of evening you have. You're in a good mood, they're in a good mood. You're in a bad one, they're in a bad one.
in short, it is a space between spaces where you transition your working mindset to your relaxed one. It is a space that makes you feel comfortable, relaxed, and most importantly, unbothered. Your physical third space could be a park, an arcade, or a mall, but the one we are going to visit today is a cafe. Cafes are great for those who want a more casual restaurant experience where they do not need extra planning, clothing, and money. And for our research, we wanted to see just how the people inside a cafe classified the space they were in. So we went to a local cafe and decided to ask them ourselves. We went ahead and explained all this information to the people in question and asked each and one of them, do you think a cafe is a public or a private space? And do you think a cafe would make for a good third space?
So I think it's both because, I think it's also a private but also public area. You could be sitting down alone, there's still people around you. As you can see, there's people coming in and out of here. A server could walk up to you, random person, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't put it as my first option, but I think of it falls under the category of third spaces. Like sometimes I come here with my friends, we chill, hang out, sometimes study, whatever it could be. I just feel like I really enjoy spaces like this where it's super calm and chill, gives off good vibes. That's pretty much basically it of this place.
I don't think cafes are necessarily considered private spaces because there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of people. So I think for it to be a private space, you need to be fully alone and in your own state of mind. In this case, I think cafes can be considered the third spaces because you can come with friends and you can kind of put all that negative energy away to get ready for your other part of your day, which is work or whatever it might be. I think.
Yeah, I do think that cafes are public spaces because even though you can always just sit down by yourself with some headphones on, listen to some music, you could also have your little private area. It's still a public space, and people come up to you. You don't always have to talk to them. So yeah, my personal opinion is that apart from it just being a public space, you also have the option of it being like a third space. Not necessarily just a third space. You can come here with friends. You can come here. I've even been here once with a date. It's just a good environment to be in most of the time, and yeah.
A few moments later.
Overall, the responses show that they typically viewed cafes as a public space, but that does not stop them from using it as a kind of private third space. We mentioned earlier that third spaces do not have to be physical spaces. Social media counts as a third space as well. Scrolling on Instagram or distracting yourself with YouTube videos would be a more common and easier third space to access, and in more recent years, a new and very addictive social media app has taken over the world: TikTok. TikTok is available in over 150 countries, has over 1 billion users, and has been downloaded over 200 million times in just the US alone. It is considered as the modern day Vine or Musical.ly, where users can upload almost any type of content, whether it is dancing videos, educational ones, or most especially comedic ones. TikTok's swiping gimmick has been copied by almost every other social media app because of how addicting it is. In Yao Keen's research article, The Addiction Behavior of Short-Form Video App TikTok, she explains, quote, "Examining TikTok addiction behavior is important because of several reasons. First, TikTok is one of the fastest growing apps and has surpassed previous social media in terms of user numbers and usage intensity. Second, TikTok has the most advanced algorithm system, especially in terms of participation, context, and types of interaction, which makes the addiction problem of TikTok more severe than any other popular social media. With TikTok being so accessible and addictive, we think it is a common third space for most. But with TikTok being as popular as it is now, can it still be a private space? To help us figure it out, we asked the same people the question, do you consider TikTok a public or private space, and how often do you use it as your third space?"
For sure public, I think, because anything could pop up on your For You page. It could be something random or something that's relative to you. Nowadays I feel like everyone is trying to get famous off of TikTok, and it's like the perfect platform for it. TikTok, I use it maybe when I'm done with an assignment or when I'm bored, just something to pass time.
Honestly, I know everybody nowadays uses TikTok a lot, but personally, I just use it to watch videos that my friends send me, like new stuff they've seen or TV shows, stuff like that. Even though, yes, it technically is a public platform, I'm under the opinion that it's private because I always make TikToks with my friends and we keep that private. It's just inside jokes between us and nothing more than that.
I think it's public because you don't really have to post videos. There are also a lot of options, like if you private your profile or hide your likes and all that kind of stuff so that other random people can see it. I think maybe I use TikTok about an hour a day, and I utilize this stuff. So yeah.
With TikTok, there seemed to be more flexibility. Most considered it a public space that could be turned into a private space. But in the end, everyone has their own third space, whether it is physical like a cafe or digital like TikTok. We did our job explaining and asking others, but now it is your turn to let us know, what is your third space?